Be greeted, everyone. I believe it's a good day to you as much as a good day to me. I'm not alone today. I'm with Musa Kanyani, as you can see. Today we are going to talk about the sensitive issue of depression. I know that a lot of people all around the world are experiencing depression one way or the other. So that's why today we are going to talk about it. So just sit there and listen. I believe at the end of the day you get to realize that one way or the other, all of us or even yourself, you have experienced it. Musa, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, and how are you?
I'm fine. Welcome to God Be the Glory Talk Show.
Thank you very much.
Today we are going to talk about depression. So according to your own understanding, what is depression?
To me, depression, I think it's a state of feeling where you are not happy, you are not sad, it's just a mixture of emotions that like that you are going through at the same time. So I would say that depression, mainly they say it's when you feel sad or anything, but I think it goes beyond that. It's a mental state when your mind is I don't know, congested with thoughts, whether it's painful thoughts or traumatic thoughts. So yeah, I think like it's basically a state of mind that you go through, where your mind is filled with so many things that is going on that your body and your soul or your spirit or your emotions cannot take the weight of what is going on.
Wow. You say something that it can be that feeling whereby you feel sad or you feel uh, 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 basically it's not all about the feeling of sadness according to your understanding. So what you are trying to say that someone can feel like okay, not feeling sad exactly, but being under depression.
Yes, it happens most of the times, and I think that is the first stages of depression where you are not sure whether you feel like there's nothing that is like upsetting you, there's nothing that happened that is making you sad, or no one made you angry, but in that moment you feel like a deep feeling of not being content, like you are unsettled, you feel heavy, you don't know, like you can't pinpoint exactly what the problem is, but that heaviness is just there. So it's not about being angry or being sad or anything of that sort.
So most people they don't believe that they do experience depression simply because maybe there are different kinds or stages of depression. What can you say about that, or what is your understanding about that?
I think once in a while everyone goes through a moment of depression, even though you won't be going through the most part of it. But everyone has a moment where you're feeling depressed of some sort. Just I think people lack education of what depression is, because in especially in our black society we don't talk about depression. We don't express. People don't get the chance to express how they're feeling. You always have to either feel very angry or very sad, but you can't say that you are depressed. So I think education or finding information about what goes on in one's body, oneself, one's mind, educating yourself about yourself, then it makes it easier for you to understand what you are feeling in that moment.
Wow, wow. So to get the clarity of what you are saying is that most people they do undergo depression,
Yes.
but the problem is that, or the challenge is that they don't understand or know that this is depression. They just thought that it's one of those days.
Yes, like depression, I think it's like a thief that comes in the night. You don't. It's a sudden thing. You don't. Yes, sometimes there's a process where maybe you're going through a loss or grief, or you've been going through some trauma. Then it takes you stage by stage by stage until to a point where you understand that I'm depressed. But in most cases, in an everyday life, it doesn't come like that, because we are, number one, we are working, you go to school, you have family, you are busy, so there's no time for you to be nursing your feelings and thinking, oh my god, I think I'm depressed. So I think that's the reason why people don't get to acknowledge or realize the fact that okay, in this moment I'm feeling very heavy. You might not know why, because like when you go to work, it's your everyday job, it's something that you do every day. There's no time allowed to tell because maybe you've been doing it for 5 years or for 15 years, maybe you've been teaching for 20 something years, and you don't know who, okay, at a certain point wouldn't weigh you down. So because of that, you can't acknowledge exactly what you are feeling. But most times you just think I'm exhausted. Sometimes it's not just being exhausted. Sometimes it's just your mind that is overloaded with things that just needs you to take time away from your busy life or whatever, just to recuperate yourself. So I think most people, they miss that part because every day doing something new every day. So because of that, we overlook the fact that okay, maybe makaswapuna tira one kangalisa kumbe when you're going to work traffic every day. Contributed to your depression sometimes. Even small things like that, being stuck in traffic every single day. You ain't until to a point when I don't know what is going on, but I feel very tired or exhausted.
Wow. So, in just a clarity or in a nutshell, basically, depression, it's more of the mind that is being overwhelmed of the situation. Sometimes it does interpret, but sometimes it fails to interpret the situation.
Yeah, sometimes it does fail to interpret the situation because I mean most of the times we don't take into consideration as so when you expect it your emotions I'm heartbroken anything like that, but sometimes it's not even about how you feel but whatever you're thinking, because everything that we do starts from the mind. That's the true. Moment your mind is congested, the moment that you're tired, sometimes you interpret that as sadness it interprets in your body my back pain mara kunjani I'm not cleaner and all those things. But it does feed off from like depression. The part that you don't use the most, like if maybe you go until obviously the only place where my body is not overworked, it's my spine. So that's where you come up with a great space here. Okay, fine. Look, never attention to my spine because I know still masiku logo shibaba then uta pay attention. Okay, now njaku baba laska spine. What is going on? But other than that, I think people they don't really get
to understand such. Wow. I believe that we are learning a lot there as you are listening to this. So can you say this is that this is the reason that makes most of people to realize depression and seek help after when now they are at the stage of maybe the last stage where we call it a severe depression, because all along there were signs but they never take them to consideration.
I think that's true. People wait until things get out of hand before they pay attention to them, especially when it comes to things like depression. I think naturally we weren't supposed to get to that point of having severe depression because everyone, no matter what you do, whether you're the president, the pastor, you are a small child, there's a point in your life where you're going to get a little bit of depression because I knew you are moving along with life. So people, they don't really pay attention to those things. So they wait and wait and wait and wait. There's something that stress just because anga go to pinpoint okay, I just need to be happy, I just need to be happy, I just need to be happy. So I think that's the reason why you can make us relate. Okay, fine, this person I've been depressed for such a long time and now still not with depression. It's because it's acknowledge okay, fine, now I'm tired, I need to rest. So I think that's the reason why they wait, they delay the process, because ninga feel sad, ninga go ahead, like when I'm not hurting, I feel like there's nothing wrong with me. Maybe not focus on the bedside of the on the wrong side of the bed on that day, ninga I rub off the feeling at all. Okay, fine, means it was just yesterday. But I also, depression works like that. That's why it's like a thief. Maybe in a month where I'm feeling very down or very heavy ni nga swi tivi ku yini and then mundzuku ni pfuka ni ri kahle. But then loko u nga sungula ku nga landzelerisi the pattern of how you feeling or how your mind is operating, then swi endla ku yi va yi kha yi akelela loko ku ve it was just once a week where u feel down, mundzuku 2 days in a week, the following week 3 days, u hetelela vhiki hinkwako u twa ingaku I don't know man, there's something wrong. So I think people wait and delay because they feel like like there's nothing tangible. So I think that's the reason why people wait until it's severe. So you're gonna papa yo, kasi all this time I've been depressed, but like another thing ya ku lava ku twisisa ku ncini lexi ni endla ku ni feel this way.
Wow. This is so educative. So, do you think what is it exactly that can be done? Maybe people need to be educated, or people need to be aware of their bodies so that they may become aware if this depression thing hit their life. What is it exactly that we can start from? Being educated, we invite people who are specialists on this and then teach people, or people they just have to listen to their bodies even though they are not educated, and now learn to cooperate with what they are feeling.
I think it's a mixture of everything. People need to be educated with depression, how the first steps of how it works. Maybe let's say if I'm depressed, okay, when I'm sad this is how I feel, when I'm happy, when I'm overexcited, when I'm anxious this is how I feel. Mara loko se ni ri depressed the norm of how your body reacts to certain emotions. So I think yes, we need to educate people who do get depressed. It's not a sin to get depressed. You've gotten to that point where your body, your mind needs a little bit of rest. I depressed, I'm anything too more, whatever. But like just okay, now I've gotten to the brim of my operating as a human being. I need to rest, recuperate. So I think when we educate people about that, it will also help. And also, like you need to know when yourself, what's the pattern of your feelings. You are usually a happy and a jolly person. Loko fika that moment ya ku wa switwa ku akuna lexi ni kwatisaka, akuna lexi nga ni vavisa, but also ni feel very down. Unga swi brush you off, it's just the day. Take steps, find out information, talk to someone. I think lexi nga ta endla ku vanhu va va aware kumbe va reduce ku va nga fiki to that point where they are going through very severe depression. It's just to talk, even like just find someone that you trust and tell them, okay. Today I'm not happy and all those things. So yeah.
Let me interject there. We are coming there just on how to get solution. You talk about sorry. You talked about the mind being overwhelmed about, it can be work, it can be whatever situation. So we also know that depression is a result at times of challenges or problems that your mind also think that it's impossible to deal with, or it's so too much for the mind that the mind cannot find a way to deal with a challenge, so it results in a depression. It can be abuse, it can be a sickness that was so prolonged, or whatever situation. Yes. So compared to this depression whereby it's just a normal one that is caused by a normal stress, what about this one whereby people is caused by challenges and problems? Do you think people are much aware of this kind of depression compared to the first one?
Yes, where it's emotional, I think nowadays people are aware.
Okay.
Especially when they are going through trauma and when they are going through maybe pain or loss of someone. I think now they know that okay, fine, I'm not feeling well emotionally, and it's weighing down on me. So it's not the normal one. It's swa endleka ku u nga vi sure hi yona mara loko se u kha u twa ku vava emotionally kumbe u va u kha u goa through a certain thing wa swi twa na wehe ku ya la ni twa ku vava like i ku vava lokuya ka ku a wu koti ku tiyisela like that pain leyi then like pain there ya ku it takes away everything that you have the way you think you can't think properly loko so u got depression ya mxaka walowo like u fila na matimba ni vula ku the strength to work cleana kusuku yima wa hlamba matino ku ya ku hlamba swi va swi ri difficult the only thing you can do i ku tlela like I think that's the only way u kota ku dila na yona hikuva ni loko u tlele sometimes miehleketo ya wena yi tirhi mara na loko u tlele swa endleka u va u tlele hi ku u tlele hi ku fane matihlo mara u kuma ku miehleketo ya wena still a yi restless so depression ya mxaka loye ya most people va kha va swi tiva cause swi va swi ri evident ni vula ku munhu un'wana na un'wana wa kota ku swi vona ku hey sesi loyi ingaku mani ingaku a nga kahle ni vula na ku if on a normal day wa hlamba u tola makeup loko se u ri depressed hi ndlela yeleyo ku ri na loko mbarini vanhu va tivutisa ku o ka nga swi voni ku ntanghu liya na xikete lexiya a swi mechi kumbe mani vula ku your mind yi va yi hlangahlangane hi ndlela leya ya ku a wu koti ku reasona like a normal person because of how much pain and grief you are
going through. Thank you. Wow. This is so much important. I believe that you are getting to understand this and you are sharing the sentiment with what she's saying. So Musa, as you are talking, I can interpret what you are saying as now you are mentioning even the signs of depression. So can you clearly tell us the sign of depression that you know? What exactly happened? You mentioned something like you feel powerless, like literally you don't have power, you just want to sleep. What else can someone tell that this is depression?
I'll talk about the way I experienced it. For me, I know when I'm depressed, it's like there's new things that pop up every day. Once you start dealing with logo, when I first started experiencing depression, I would sleep a lot, like overly so, like maybe loko no pfuka hi 5 1 hour leyi ni nga ta ni ri awake ni ta fila ingaku ni endle swilo swa ku talo and then ni fila like very exhausted leswi swa ku loko no tshamanyana ni ta pfala matihlo hi vurhongo that was the first signs like at that moment a ni nga swi twisisi na mehe ku kasi why ni tshama ni karhele or anything like swilo swo fana na sweswo so I think number 1 ku va miri wa wena wu report-a ku a ni nga ha koti like I'm tired every part of you, every little tiny part of you like that. Number 2 u va u nga koti ku reasona like a normal person so loko munhu o vula xilo at this point even if it's not to hurt you hambi ko va ku ri joke loko yi fika ka wena yi fika yi nga ri joke yi fika yi mean more than what it's supposed to mean so any swintsongo nje swa ku vavisa swa tatisela la cause already a ni u twa ku vava and you are not really in a state to be joking around with people so loko vanhu va vulavula you feel like everything they're saying is just to attack you it's just to attack you so you become overly too sensitive also you uba nga productive even if uri depressed ndlela leya ku a koti nchumu mara loko u pfuka u hlamba u ya xikolweni swa endleka u fika u tshama laya teacher a dyondzisa the whole day and then in that whole day u va u nga twangi nchumu so that's another sign leyi va ku ku okay this person a nga sharp also physically wise I would say maybe how you walk ka cinca ku famba ka munhu la nga depressed wa swi vona ingaku lo rhwala misava makatla they will come down the head u ta vona ingaku na le xikandzeni u nga ze ku munhu loko o vabya kuve like a ngo vabya per se but because this person is depressed so I think those are the signs that people should look out for. One, the fact that you are unable the way you reason miehleketo ya wena the way yi hleketaku hi kona loko wo za u sungula ku hleketa negative u hleketa pain all that you think about is pain okay loyi ni vavisa so then you should know something is not right with you so I think those are some of the signs that people should look out for and also ku endla swilo excessively maybe kudya. There is kuba kurina some element of depression in that when you overindulge in things, like when you are a person is an emotional eater. Loko so depressed, all you can do is eat. So I think also overindulging sometimes shakombisa okay, this person angashapa mboka angakombisi physically shikanzeni kwanishapu mara utashibona madelo mayeku 5 minutes, like always chewing something. So I think that's also some of the signs that thing are called.
So what age does really this depression what age does depression attack these people? It's old age or there's a certain age?
I think according to my view and my own understanding, I would say maybe lokomo nafike kaya 13, 14, when you start experiencing like your preteens, like stage, your adolescence, then there's a possibility it's a mild depression because I need stressed. Okay, why is my this part of my body hurting? Why am I having pimples? All those kind of things. So I think I would say roughly around 12, 13. Yeah, that's when I think nabo bayidwa that heaviness ngoku bangaba ngikoti kuyi-expressa to someone else mara yiba yiriko that thing yako ani-sharp man even naloko nifila so na ti-patterns ta n'wana u ta ti vona ku leti a ti fani kuma ku khala hamba huwa a hi wana vana van'wana and then now they become self-conscious okay mina ni nge tlangi ku xikandza xa mehe xi na ti-pimples kumbe loko munhu a fika ku ciwe swi humbani all those things like the ti-patterns ta n'wana lolo loko to za ti sungula ku cinca then I think it speaks volume to say something is wrong with me.
But can we say I know you are not a specialist per se, but just looking at life at large and from what you have said, that sometimes a mind can just be oppressed even though there's nothing particular like a problem or a challenge. Can we say that even from a childhood, if I can call it like that, from 3 months and all those, because sometimes you find a child throwing tantrums and doing all this, give her food, give her breast, give her this, but she just don't think it's that's depression, because even maybe her or himself doesn't even understand what is happening, but somehow you understand that this is not just pain, because sometimes you take them to the doctor cannot see the problem, they cannot diagnose the problem, but maybe we believe that mentally there's this thing, there's an overwhelming something that you cannot tell, but so in a nutshell, I mean, can we say that depression, it can be found in any age of life, basically from little children to older people?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's possible that even for infants who might experience that depression, because I mean they can't really express what they want to express. So the frustration of wanting something, this is what I want. So I think it could be. It's possible.
Yeah, basically it is possible. So what can you say then? What is it that you do the moment you realize that now I'm experiencing depression personally?
For me, because I think now the more I grow up, the more the symptoms of depression in my life changes. So recently I found out whenever I'm depressed, there are certain parts of my bodies that will be strained, like either they ache or something in my body would just speak. So now I think for me, I've learned to try and speak about it, even though get into details of what's bothering me, but just having someone to say, you know what, today I'm not feeling very well. I can't really tell you why I'm not feeling very well. Talk about it. Create a scenario of maybe what if I'm not comfortable telling you what I'm going through. I'd rather create a scenario. Okay, you know, I've read about something on Facebook. So what do you think? So while conversing with the person, whatever advice that you can do and not to use for yourself. So I think that's number one for me. I try and talk about it. Number two, I try and find someone that will pray for me, because most times depression does not only affect us in our mind, but it also plays a huge role in affecting our spirits. So once you have a dent in your spirit because of something that you are feeling in your body, then your operation as a person, so I think try find someone that you can talk to, pray about it. Logo, sometimes for me, sometimes when I'm depressed, even praying is hard. So I don't have words to say, okay, God, this is what I want or whatever. So because I'll spend time, maybe say I'm praying, I prefer to have someone else like speak it out, to say, okay, I pray for healing over your life and all those things. So that okay, because men at least someone a speaker healing or it makes me uplift. That's what I do. Also, I try and I walk a lot.
Okay.
Look, when I feel depressed, I take a lot of walks, like just for fakati your phone, play whatever favorite song that you like, it will uplift you. And then take a walk. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just walk it off. Where you can walk. I like the sound of cars. I think it's some comfort. So I try and make sure like
Okay.
at least in one country more and then like even refreshed in.
Okay. So if you feel like the sound of birds will do, just go
Yes.
where the birds are. If the sound of lions will do, go to the zoo and all those. And just to add on what she said, is that since now we are talking about depression and stages of depression, there's a time whereby depression not just only caused by our challenges and problems, but it's a chemical reactions that is released in our brain and all those kind of things. That's when now we have to go to even these other normal ones. If you feel like you can just go to a therapist, you can just go to psychologists, you can just go to psychiatry, you can just go all those just to get a therapy, just to get the counseling if you feel like that's what you need. But as she explained, some of the depression you can deal with it your own self, because it's something that always occurs and all those kind of things. So don't ignore that, don't die there, because the more it grows and becomes severe, that now it affects your veins basically. And if now it's affect your veins, your nerves, whereby they become pressured, and in that state now there's no going back, there's no medicine that gonna heal you, there's nothing, then you are going to be paralyzed or you are going to die out of that. So make sure, or sometimes at the end you're going to commit suicide. So depression is so serious. Make sure that you talk to someone, find someone just to talk. Anything you feel overwhelming, talk about it. Talk is going to help you. And as you have said, just take a walk. Some of you, maybe you love going out, go to Cape Town, go to Durban, go to Pumalang, any place you feel. If you want to go to Mozambique, or just go there. I mean, it helps some people. That's how they did with their depression. Yeah, they say that just taking my bags and going somewhere, they feel refreshed, just unwind, just a breather moment like that. So we believe that you are learning a lot. So Musa, as we continue to talk about depression, what can you say Christians reach a stage of depression, or it's only people who are not saved?
I think no one is immune to depression, whether you are Christian, you're a Muslim, whatever. Everyone gets depressed. As long as you are a person you are prone to you are not prone to depression. Everyone might come at depression, and I think mostly a lot of Christians suffer from depression. Christians mostly they suffer a lot from depression because.
And what do you think is the reason for that?
I think the reason is because we try and live life as if we are not living on earth. So we pretend as if everything is perfect. itsandzeka ku express ku okay asivuli ku loko ni ponisiwini I'm not going through any problems asivuli ku loko ni ponisiwini a ni twi ku vava asivuli ku loko ni ponisiwini a ni tsandzeki like I think because they fail to understand yes in ponisiwini na yeso he's able to do all things, nothing is impossible with him, mara also because he mene hanyaku la msaveni na mene swi swa misava swa ni affecta, so I think that's the reason why.
Thank you very much. So what can you give advice to those who, when they experience this depression, they choose to withdraw from people, like they don't want to talk to anybody, they just want to have a space to enclose themselves? Do you think it's a good thing? I know maybe it's one of the signs or the cues of depression, but do you think it's advisable just to withdraw and enclose yourself, maybe in the house, in the room, far away, not talking to anyone, just saying that? Do you think it's safe to do that?
Doing that is not safe because for me, when I first started experiencing it, when I knew that I'm depressed, I thought, okay, I need to stay away from people because but then I'm more depressed. But actually what that does, you create anxiety. You become anxious because I so it's not advisable because instead of over better, you could sell more and more things. Now they are suffering from paranoia because only one, you are depressed. The moment you start experiencing anxiety, then you start becoming paranoid. Because now you've withdrawn from people. So I think the more you feel this way, force your way into people's lives, force your way into places where
Wow. So Musa, can you say that there are some people who are more prone to depression? Because some people, they just kind of like, I mean, after 3 months I'm depressed, after 2 months I'm depressed. I mean, I know all of us will do have those moments, but to some it's like, do you think that sometimes depression can become a habitual thing due to the way you react to it first time or second time?
Yes, I think it can. But there are certain, I think she can be. Are depressed because of maybe the way they deal with life situations. Like every small thing then you are always in that space, circumference of depression. So and then I feel like sometimes it you get addicted to the feeling because we're depressed in the depression, like that feeling is so you can't live outside that feeling. So the moment you feel like I don't deserve to be this happy because I'm happy. So what's acknowledge that so I think that's the.
So what we're saying is that you habitualize that behavior, and more special that feeling, in to such an extent that even though a new environment pop up, you don't wanna embrace that, you cannot adjust. So what about the word of God? Because here I am now, I'm depressed and all, and God is saying to you that I'm here to set you free and all those. Can you say that this kind of habituality, it even makes people, more special Christian, even sometimes to undermine or to downplay even the power of the word of God in their life?
Yeah, I think it's shine like a social because first of all, you need to acknowledge who God is. The problem is we can't acknowledge who God is. The Bible, the first thing the Bible says, it says God is our creator. So the moment I cannot acknowledge the fact that he's the creator, and not only did he create everything around me, he created me. Like at that moment when I'm depressed, acknowledge he created me, he knows me, and therefore if anything is going on with me, I need to go back to him. Then I start wanting to be the creator myself. Okay, because God is the creator, he created everything else. Marame. Because at that moment I don't acknowledge that thing. So what I do is I take everything that I have, ni la kusungula ku matirhisa ku create ntsako lowu mehe ni picture up in my head and all those things. So I think yeah, ha tsandzeka ku teka leswi Xikwembu xi hi nyikaku swona kumbe the encouragements leti xi hi nyikaku swona to get out of depression, because in the first place we have failed to acknowledge who he is. So loko ni nga acknowledge ku mi mana mina, then there's no way that I'm gonna take whatever you say that comes from a motherly perspective. So I think that's the reason why we fail a lot when it comes to that point.
Wow. I really love what she said. As we're about now to finish, she said something that is very, very important. Sometimes that make us to habitualize the feeling. It's simple because if you are used now to something, it's really, really highly possible for you now to make it like you habitualize it. It becomes the part of you to such an extent that even now it's time to let go. You don't want to, and that thing now it becomes, you know, to possess your subconscious mind. And once it is in your subconscious mind, it's going to take a lot of effort, basically, and intentionally to be intentional about it, to deal with such and then be set free. So what can I say to you is that make sure that you don't get used to this thing and deal with it. It can be a mild depression before it becomes that severe, a normal one. Make sure that you deal with that. Have a self-awareness. If you feel something is bothering you, make sure that you have people to teach you about it or to talk to, so that you may talk anything that is toxic out of your body. So Musa, only second, what can you advise more especially young people who are taking their life today because of depression and all those kind of things?
Talk about whatever you are going through. Find someone that you feel comfortable. And then talk to that person. I believe that once once you have someone in mind that you can talk to, that you can trust, it means God already has enabled that person. Okay, someone like this is gonna come and they need your advice. So when you figured out, okay, this is the person that I can talk to. Don't speak in bits and pieces. Yes, it's now possible all at once. Mara lexi ku twisaku ku vava hi nkarhi walowo, deal with that one, so that na loko se u tlhela u ya deala na leswi swi nga koho swi va swi ri easy, because you know already I've dealt with this part of whatever it is that I'm going through.
You have heard it. Mouthful spoken. Thank you very much, viewers. We love you so much. Keep on subscribing, keep on watching, and I believe that you have learned a lot. I love you so much. Till we meet next week. In Jesus' name, love you.